glue, or I know the glue was a pick there to prevent him from coming back in, because what you can't punch someone on you.
That's right. That's right. And I think it's a little bit surprising how the roam changes are significant in the way that, like, hey, you know, these two rosters are pretty much the same thing. It's up and away we go. Again, it's down to the early game speed run for both these two teams. Ignite coming in from momentous, high discipline, high domination game in the first game. Evil, disappointing performance. They want to prove themselves a little bit better.
And then what's gonna happen is they have to step up. Though, as we mentioned, this is in fact a marathon. They just have to survive, and hopefully they have adjusted their draft enough to make sure that they can secure this game number 2.
So, in the early game, I would say Ignite Gaming does have the upper hand in terms of the jungle rotation speed, because Boxia still has one of the highest clear rates in the jungle compared to Fanny. You clear it much faster. Your first skill basically doesn't have any cooldown once you get that reset every time you hit a hero. So the rotation is going to be coming a little bit faster. The ambushes and the skirmishes will come in a little bit faster on the side lanes. What are the changes that Gear needs to make, knowing now that Paquito soft counters this Freya?
Gear has to play a bit more passive. He has to respect how much burst damage Diablo has, but then with Diablo's adjustment as well, he's preventing Gear from cutting the waves to make sure that the rotations seem equal.
There's the jump. This one's powerful. Roy uses up a flicker. Azu won't be able to connect onto anyone, and Ignite walks away free.
And we are seeing another 1v1 scenario here in the bot side.
Oh, that's useful resources already burned by CS, but you know, hey, you know, he needs to just play into the late game. Don't really need to care about this early game. As the turtle comes up, Evil should be focusing more on the purple buff. Kelvin should get this turtle free unless Ignite Gaming wants to contest and try to push Ignite Gaming back. This is going to be a very major objective. Turtle gets a reset. Gear tries to get more information. Here comes Jay on the backside, tries to block off Gear, gets him away with the Valkyrie's descent, and to get their objective and get the heck out of the way.
That is passive movement. That is discipline or controlled aggression from that. Ignite Gaming could have actually, if they were going to be greedy about it, if they were going to be aggressive about it, they could have gone all in, because that was a 2v4 situation. But they respected it. They went back, let's go get the buffs. Let's make sure that we still have that steady pressure. We have no need to move, because right now we're the ones dictating the pace of the game.
Speaking of pace of game, Evil marching down and rushing their way onto the bottom side, trying to protect Ven. The CS, a failed assassination attempt from Azu earlier on. Ignite Gaming still holding on to the small little lead that they have left. No one is making a sound, no one's making a move, no one wants to start that really high aggressive play style. 70 seconds until the turtle spawns up. What is the play here for both these two teams? You can't play until late game. So I spoke too soon as Calvin rushes in. Jay sets things up and they get first blood.
If we were talking about what they needed to do, basically just that. They have to use that controlled aggression to their advantage. Because of that movement, actually, it was enough to create enough space for Gear to get that wave cut, because that now they're going to be expecting a lot more rotations. But the vision that Jay just gives them is so beautiful, because this is very risky gameplay. But then of course you're a Kufra, you have a way to disengage, you have a way to prevent them from trying to burst you down. That is so much information on the side of Ignite Game.
Great intelligence. Kelvin knows and understands. That's the purple buff right there. Zaman Force already laid down. CS in the spot above her right there. Then will not be able to seal the deal. It's just one more hit. There's the Purifier already used up by Ven. Not enough backup though. Will Jay be able to do this by himself? One more hit. Roy cleans up shot from that flank.
Damn. What happened there? That was very unlike Ven. That was very aggressive gameplay. It was a tunnel vision that we saw, because they knew that they needed to recover and get back at Ignite Gaming. But now there's an engagement.
There's the miss. Azu didn't have enough energy to unleash that, but that's the punish once again. Underneath their turret is Ignite Gaming. 2,200 gold lead so far.
this Kufra is a menace. He is just everywhere. He needs to be. He gives the info they need. He gives the setup they need. And now Evo.
That's a good find onto gear. Came in, Kelvin down by the wall, waiting on the right opportunity on a stun. Azu will not be able to get that orange buff as Kelvin once again dominating the jungle game.
Now this is just a painful deja vu moment. This is the same thing Ignite Gaming did to them in game number 1, wherein they were zoning out in the middle of the 2 turrets in the mid lane.
On the bottom side, Jay just keeping Ben busy, pushing him away from that turret, saving all of their T1s, at least for now. Evo losing out that mid lane T1. That's going to be a very crucial contest point and control point for the rest of their jungle. Right now, the purple buff is wide and open for Ignite Gaming's aggression. They're going to jump in, they're going to take lives. Diablo getting ambushed right there. He might be able to get away, as Diablo does. So much core resources and ultimates utilized from Evo just to get that kill onto Diablo. But that is the ambush point coming in from that tri-bush. Ignite Gaming doesn't want to push that situation as top side CS goes down.
That is the Diablo effect for you, but Powerful goes down. Ben left to fend for himself in the bot lane. All the while, we are looking at more aggression coming from Ignite Gaming because they know they are the ones keeping the tempo. They're the ones keeping the pace. It's up to Team Evil how they're going to be responding to this because it's going to be a slow crawl back up from that 3,000 gold lead.
Ignite Gaming are playing mind games over Evil. You put Diablo down the bottom side. You wasted 3 core ultimates just to take him down. Powerful gets locked down in between the wall and the hard place. You get the Kufra locking everyone down as well. On the top side, you're leaving CS alone. So this is basically the same kind of strategy that Ignite Gaming is using. It's a bait and switch. You put Diablo down on the bottom side, you don't let Evo see where your gold laner is on the opposite side of the map. And this creates a lot of diversion play. And speaking of diversion play, there's a free and easy third turn of the game going over to the hands of Ignite Gaming once again.
Now that Ignite Gaming is really on fire, they are igniting that flame. They could play very aggressively because now the majority of the map is theirs. The Fanny, Azu needs to find a way to get and secure that purple buff. But then, you know, since we are looking at very similar lineups, you're gonna be seeing similar strategies and game plans on how to address Team Evil's lineup.
Speaking of Team Evo's lineup, is there any late game opportunity for them? There's a jump onto Ben. No, Purify won't be utilized as return to guard, immediately bursting him down to smithereens. On the backside though, Kelvin, because he's locked onto Ben, this Purify already used up. CS's Tracers will take him down. And Ignite Gaming just hunting each and everyone down, cycling them to infinity and beyond. They don't see where Diablo is right yet. He might be anywhere coming in from the flank. The jungle is so dangerous for Team Evil right now.
Ignite Gaming maximizing this gold lead. We saw a beautiful box out, and literally it was another box out in the top lane with Paquito boxing out Azu out of the Land of Dawn.
That's an Oko if I ever seen one. Diablo showing us who made this Paquito strong. It is just an insane level of dominance that Ignite Gaming has shown so far. Is there any way for Evo to come back?
There is always that chance. There's always that hope. They really just have to find the crucial picks. They need to be able to take out the damage leader. They need to address Diablo. They need to address CS. They have to find that hole because Team Evil is going to have a hard time, especially with Jay being in the front line. They have that strong feel. And once they get front to back it, Ignite Gaming, it might be a chance for Team Evil to come back from Ignite Gaming.
Evil needs to turtle up just a little bit, play a little bit safer, play a little bit more scaredy cat, give up this first Lord. I don't think that they will be able to contest this. Diablo's damage is just way too strong. CS already has that Trinity already built up. That's an Oko again from Diablo.
Diablo, that one hit KO. Ben has nowhere to go. That was a very painful experience.
Yeah! Decimated by Diablo. That's a TikTok moment right there.
It's just hitting one after the other. Now it's Azu trying to prevent any more waves from crashing.
That's a live wheels
but
against Diablo. Might not be able to catch him up. That's a flicker already utilized though. It's just one more hit, but not enough energy. Azu will go out safe, but Diablo, the bait and switch is just really working in Ignite Gaming's favor. Evo rotating towards that bottom side because Diablo's always right there. He's taking control of that bottom side. Ignite Gaming's pushing CS on the top. You need to handle two lanes that could basically Oko you any single time.
This is where Diablo shined. This is the veteran move speaking for itself because the way he hides in the specific bushes, he knows, oh, these are people or people of habit. I know that this person, Ben, is gonna go through here, so I'm gonna Oko him there. And then he suddenly goes to the bush in the mid, and then he knows he's gonna find impact there. That is Diablo's one-hit KO.
Lord charging in. Evil struggling to defend onto this one. It's half health. Jay locks him in onto the wall. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't need to fear the gear as he goes down. Is Evil going back on that defense. Azu desperately trying to stop that wave from marching in down the mid side as Ignite Gaming cycling every single one of the members of the Evil. And we've seen this before. It's deja vu. It's basically the same replay of the first game.
It is slowly but surely Ignite Gaming getting that walk of fame. They are that's a terrifying if I've ever seen one. But they still have one holy shield on the top side, and the waves have been managed thanks to Azu. But Jay is now readying up possibly for an engagement, but Gear was there to stop him on his tracks.
You know, this is very tricky for Ignite Gaming, especially when if you're under the turret and you make a wrong move, at least two members go down. Evil could overturn this. The Speed of Wish that's counter engages, the Eternal Guard being laid down. Everyone's jumping up. Everyone's getting knocked up. There's Diablo hitting the punches, hitting the boxes. He's still alive. He's getting that flicker out. Ignite Gaming will be able to take Powerful down before they end it off. Jay gets taken out. That is Diablo with another kill. Roy will pick up that one. Nice assist from Diablo into the jungle. There's a consolation prize. Pick out Jay. At least Evil is able to maintain that last T3 standing.
That pickoff on Jay was actually a good sign for the side of Team Evil. They were able to secure a kill. They know that Ignite Gaming do bleed. It's just a matter of time. They have to keep that progress going. We are looking at the items right now. The core items on Ben are there. The Holy Crystal is there. So he's going to be a painful threat to deal with. Though he is down around 1,500 gold against the carry, these are the core items you need for Ben to actually burst them. Now it's a matter of how they're going to manage the wave before this next Lord, because this is looking very dire on the side of Team Evo.
A lot of the skirmishes also revolve around Powerful using that split, getting his mini glublets out, and eventually just decimated by Roy. Roy is just one-shotting this glue as well. Diablo with the ambush up on the top side, almost taking Azu down in the process, but it's another bait and switch. Evo's in no position contest for this Lord. Gear wants to manhandle Diablo, but Diablo's just gonna prance away. That's a free and easy Lord take, again, for Ignite Gaming.
That is all for the courtesy of Diablo. How much space he creates, how much mental toll he takes. He lives rent-free in their heads.
This might be the final approach for Evil. It's just silence, but no! Ignite Gaming breaks that silence with a jump as Jay starts things off, throws them into the wall.
Simultaneously, all the waves are going to be crashing in. It's a matter of time. It's a 3v5 situation, and the Lord has yet to come.
Ignite Gaming, they're not waiting for the Lord. They want to end this, and want to end this now. The minions are already pushing in. Azu's desperately trying to clean up those waves. Kelvin trying to push everyone away. There's the throne. There's the Eternal Guard already pushing everyone up. The minions are coming through. CS just aiming towards that throne. They want to take out the members. A little bit left. The Lord is still left standing. 3 members down. Gear's coming up in 2, but it does not matter as Ignite Gaming one more game away to secure that slot in the grand finals.